Hello there, guys. It's me, back once again. Just want to say thank you to all you guys who've welcomed me back, who've, told me you're glad that I'm back. Seen a few of you seem really excited over it. It's been fantastic. Really has. And I know I've posted a couple of videos already. I did intend to post this first, but I've been really iffing and awing about doing it. I figured I'd record this all in one shot because I don't think I'm ever going to do it otherwise. And I've never done that before in my life, a video with no editing whatsoever. Not of this nature anyway. Just me talking to you on webcam. And I cannot tell you how nervous I am right now, how sick I feel. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm recording this. So, this is quite a serious video. You've probably already gathered that. I'm going to be talking to you guys about, why I just disappeared. Well, I didn't completely disappear per se. Disappear from YouTube. A lot of you guys were worried. Posted a few things on Twitter. Posted very little on Facebook as well. Just to let you guys know that I was at least okay. I was a bit vague on the situation, on what had happened, what was going on. But I'm so terribly sorry to all you guys who are worried. I feel really, really bad about it. And I promise I'll never do that again. Never disappear again unless, obviously, something very, very serious happens. And I can't contact you otherwise. Okay, so, the main reason I left, all to do with depression, anxiety, cocktail of different negative emotions. Underneath this smile that I tend to put on, I'm a very hurt person, and there is a very big reason for why I was feeling that bad at the time when I left. Because I've always suffered from anxiety and depression, but it kind of goes up and down, as it does with most people, very varying in severity. So the reason for that is that I had been living in my previous home for about a year, and I had been coping with an absolutely horrendous neighbour living under me. I'm talking about very loud music, practically living over a concert hall. That's what it felt like anyway. Full on bass, boom, 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 most of the time. Loud TV, late at night, a lot of shouting, a lot of arguing, a lot of screaming, drugs. But the main thing wrong with it was that I felt like I was under threat, and I was having trouble coping with it. I've been trying to sort out this problem for a long time. Not much action was being taken. It didn't feel like it was going anywhere. And it kind of hit the point where I had a breakdown. 2 breakdowns. 3 breakdowns, I guess. And during that last breakdown, I just had to get out of there. I just had to go and never go back. I could not bring myself to go back to my home, to my home, the place where I lived. I could not bring myself to go back. On that same day, I had the man who lived under me right outside my flat, screaming, shouting, potentially wielding a baseball bat. He hit one of the glass doors next to my flat, broke it, was shouting threats. I just didn't know how to cope with it. I couldn't. This was a sort of day in, day out kind of thing. Things like that would happen every day, not necessarily directly to me, but to one of my neighbours, to one of his friends. It was really, really hard to cope with, but I tried my best. I tried my best because I thought I really loved the place. I loved my flat. What was my flat? I really, really liked the place. So I just bit down and thought, if I cope for just long enough, hopefully, it would be sorted out. He would go. I'd keep the flat. Things would be fine. But over that year I lived there, it affected me in so many ways. And I go through different emotions. Sometimes I felt like I was coping really well with it, I was just ignoring it all, getting on with my business. It was really hard to ignore, for the record, because it's just there all the time. Even when it wasn't, I could just hear it. I was just anticipating it happening again. The loud music, the screaming, the banging. But, yeah. My mind's gone a bit blank. I think this is a bit much. Sorry about that. Just gone. It's gone. Right, where was I? Yeah. Sometimes I'd be really harsh on myself and feel like I wasn't coping very well with it. And, it was very bad of me. I should have been out of there much sooner than I did leave, I just didn't know what to do, though. I really didn't know what to do, whether to plan to move, whether to call the police, whether to... I just didn't know what to do. Yeah. So when I left, things kind of escalated from there. Apparently he attacked one of my neighbours. He had been seen wielding a knife, going around the premises with a knife, with a baseball bat. Things seemed to have gotten worse, so I couldn't have gotten out there at a better time, it seemed. Apparently the neighbour he attacked was one that I'd see quite often, who's in a wheelchair as well. I'll maybe talk about this a bit more in future, but at the moment, to be honest, I'm quite afraid to. I do have recordings, I do have stuff like that. I would like to share them with you, but, I think it would be better on a later date, really, if I felt it was necessary, if I felt it was a good idea. A lot's going on with it now, it's going through a lot of processes and stuff like that, legally. So, yeah. I'm just waiting to see how that goes. But I'm glad I got out of there. I really am glad, because over the next few months I was awful. Absolutely awful. I had nowhere to live, but one of my friends and his mother were kind enough to let me stay with them over that duration, look after me. I was such a mess, I really was. Especially because at the time as well, I was ill, really ill, with a sinus infection, which I still have. You may remember me talking about it. I'm still on medication for it. It's really fucking me up, if I'm being honest, but it varies in severity. It gets better and worse all the time, Yeah, they looked after me. My mum looked after me otherwise as well. She did a lot to help with the situation. She found me this new place that I'm currently sat in right now, which is even better than the previous one. So quiet here. It's bigger. It had a lot of problems on moving in, but over a month, me and my friend, we managed to fix it all. My mum too, you know. Everyone's been so helpful. Everyone's been so nice, you know. And I just want to say a thank you to everyone, you know, all of you guys, because it really means a lot to me that you're just there for me. Just you being there, you know, it really does mean a lot to me. It's always meant a lot to me since I've started this channel, you know. It's always meant a lot. And I've always been very hesitant about talking about this kind of stuff because I did it in the past and I kind of regretted it. Though I felt like I attacked it at the wrong kind of angle and then suddenly went into this downhill slope of just talking about all my problems all the time. And I hated that period of my life so much because I just felt like I was giving, you know, I all the sympathy and stuff I was getting was just, it was just overbearing. It was really overbearing. And I feel it was entirely my fault because I was talking far too much about myself, about my personal problems. I was bringing it into my Let's Plays. I would have rather have kept it separate like I am now, you know. But also, it's very personal stuff, you know. I went from not talking about myself at all, never ever talking about any of my personal problems back before about 2012 or so, to suddenly talking about myself all the time. And it was too much. It was really too much. I didn't know how to handle it. Yeah. But yeah. The main reason I recorded this is because I feel bad. I felt bad for leaving you guys out in the cold, not knowing what the hell is going on with me. But a lot of this stuff as well may account for some of my actions last year. Now, you guys might be like, what actions? What do you want about, Alonso? But what you might not realize is, obviously with living with this neighbor under me, I was very quiet a lot of the time. So doing my Let's Plays, I'd talk like this a lot, you know, I would kind of keep my voice down. And I thought it'd be quite noticeable in my playthrough sometimes, and I hated it, so I really didn't like it. Try to amplify my voice, try to, you know, change things here and there. But, you know, I become obsessed with certain series like Dark Souls 3, which no one was really that interested in. I'd continue doing it anyway instead of doing a new Tomb Raider game or something, because it just kept me busy. I didn't really fancy playing many games. Getting a lot of my motivation back now, which is great. I feel a lot better. You know, maybe I should be talking about that, you know, things are a lot better at the moment, you know. A lot's changed. A lot has changed very quickly. And I like it. It's all changed for the better. I feel so much better. So much better. I mean, things got so severe at my last place that sometimes I wouldn't even leave to get food. I would just stay in. I'd just drink instead to, you know, try and keep my hunger away. Because I was too worried about going outside. Why would you want to go outside when there's a raging psychopath out there? You know. Yeah, things have improved drastically. But yeah, there's little things that you might not have caught on to like that, you know. Sometimes during Let's Plays, I'd have to stop midway through as well to because there'd be so much noise going on in the background. Sometimes he would scream or bang on the floor. Stuff like that, you know. So I'd have to do a lot of editing around that. So yeah, I'm on the recovery. That's the most important thing. It's pretty hard for me to deal with at the moment. You know, tackle this recovery, because I'm still suffering from like a lot of the side effects of depression, anxiety, like insomnia. I'm awake. It's 5:30. It's very late. It's first. God, actually, this is the latest I've ever recorded anything. Wow. Or the earliest, depending on how you look at it. Am I going to sleep tonight? I do not know. Yeah. Yeah. I just had to get that out of my system and, talk to you guys, let you guys know and stuff like that, Feels good. I don't feel as sick now as well. I don't feel as sick. So, yeah. Thank you very much for listening, and I may talk about stuff like this in the future. Maybe do a more well-organized video on my experience with stuff that I've talked about in this video, my neighbour, anxiety, depression, any other problems. I don't know. But, if any of you guys are dealing with anything like this at the moment, I just want you to know that I'm there for you. I just want you to know that you're not alone, because it's one of the worst feelings you can go through whilst, you're feeling like that, feeling alone, feeling down. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm looking forward to continuing my series, continuing streaming, and continuing everything else, that I've planned to do. I'll see you guys in those. Take care of yourselves.